Today we're going to be talking about why, in my opinion, Smash is in a really good place. Obviously, there have been a lot of talks about, since Smash World Tour and Panda Cup and BTS is gone, that Smash is dying and Smash is dead, but at least for Ultimate, I can't really speak as much about Melee. I think Smash is in a good place. Yes, is it a little smaller? Is it a little less pot heavy in terms of prize pots, not, the other pot? Yeah, probably. But I do want to go over the fact that there were 4 events in the North American scene. Actually 5. There was one that Spargo went to as well. I don't know what it was called. There was a lot of events this weekend is the point, in multiple regions in the world, including multiple European events, Japanese events, and the 4 that I want to focus on because it's where that I am. There were 4 US/Canadian events, and I just want to show you these numbers and show how ridiculous this is. And again, this is coming right off of Golden Week in Japan. We had Battle of BC last week, and this weekend had 4 events that I was aware of, which was Combo Breaker 2023, Gateway Legends, MomoCon, and Keep It Chill in the Pacific Northwest. I forgot that one was happening until I just saw people tweet about it, but let's talk about it really quick. Goodbye, I'm gone forever. So Combo Breaker, I'm going to be going over just in a video by itself because I love Combo Breaker and I want to give it the shoutouts, but for the purpose of this video, there were 428 people that entered Combo Breaker this year. Then you have 365 people that entered Gateway Legends, the 10K event. Steve was banned. It was in St. Louis. This was their first time running this event. Hopefully it does not intersect with other events next year because it looked really fun. And the entire bracket was best of 5. It's cool. I'm gonna bring a calculator out actually. Keep It Chill, which was the smallest one of these, there were 146 attendees. I don't know if that includes all the people that entered. Yeah, 146 attendees. Well, let's make sure. I'll go to Ultimate Singles. 131, sorry. Plus MomoCon, which granted, I think these numbers are going to be a little bit inflated because they always are, because it's a con tournament, so you can enter for free. And I'm sure there was a lot of DQs, but even with that, I'm still going to say it is the number that it says, which is 559. So that, in case you are unaware, because I'm doing the math on the side, is 1,483 entrants across multiple tournaments this weekend. That's a lot of people. That is a ton of people. That's more people than were at Battle of BC for Ultimate, right? That's, a huge weekend. And obviously not every single person is going to be able to go to every single event because some people can, most people can only go to events in their regions or travel every once in a while because traveling is expensive. So having all of these different events, while unfortunate because I would like the event that I like the most, being Combo Breaker, to get more shine, I didn't want Buzz to go. He's the one person that should not have come to Combo. I'm joking. He's really good and he beat the fuck out of me. So obviously, I personally want Combo Breaker to have more entrants because I love that event, and I wish the Smash community would unite with it, but either way, it is still a really, really good time to play Smash because there are so many opportunities. There's a lot of offline events, there's a lot of online events, and there's stuff happening literally all the time. So again, yes, obviously there are situations that would have been better. It would have been nice if Smash World Tour could exist and the top players could make more money. Hello, I am top player, and there could be content and storylines about that. There could be, international champions, and there could be a lot of more stuff like that. Same thing for Panda Cup, right? It would have been nice if Panda Cup existed because of more money and sponsorships, and obviously I was a part of Panda, so I'm a little bit biased, but that would have been nice. It would have been nice if BTS could still exist because summits were fun and main stage was a good tournament, and they did, stuff for the scene that really helped the visibility and the professionalism of it, which was nice, obviously. But that doesn't mean that Smash is in a bad place. It's in less good of a place as it could be, but it is in a wonderful place, in my opinion. And after having said that, and that was for the title of this video, I want to go over the events that weren't Combo Breaker, because again, I'm going to be going over Combo Breaker in its own video, because I went to that one and I can talk about my tournament experience as opposed to just looking at brackets and stuff. So let's go. Malik is high-key useless in the game, yeah, because Shulk's arrows are all safe as hell. So first, again, there's no particular order. I'm going to be going over Gateway Legends. Again, this event seemed awesome. I heard it was in the St. Louis Cardinals Stadium, and as a baseball fan, I would love that. And as someone that hates the Cardinals because they're the Cardinals, I would have been a little conflicted, but it seemed awesome. And really quickly, let's go over the bracket. We had Louis Money ended up taking it in just, I'm pretty sure, set 2 of Grands over Apollo Kage. Apollo Kage went on a huge loser's run. Lima showed out. Lima's been kind of killing it recently. He's been ascending, in my opinion, quite quickly. Base Mage was in top 8 winners, which was nice. I mean, he beat Icy Mist and he beat Skittles, which This is just a crazy bracket for a Puff to beat a Young Link and a Samus, although he did show me that Samus wasn't as bad as I would have anticipated it was. One of the biggest upsets of the tournament was Yoda Cage over Apollo Kage. Yoda Cage, of course, the best, question mark, Bowser Jr., question mark? There's a lot of Bowser Jr.'s, but I would still assume Yoda Cage is the best one. Did Goblin not top 8? Oh no, Goblin lost to AK and losers. Okay, yeah, but here's the AK losers run, right? He beat Vidrocker and Incineroar, apparently almost got the first 3-0. Then he beat Chumples, Viri, a Rob who beat Dark Wizzy, Peebnut, who is one of the best Mega Man in the world, Goblin, and then went into top 8 and beat Epic Gabriel, Base Mage, Death Spade, Lima, took a set off of Louis Money, and then Louis Money ended up winning. So again, shout outs to Louis Money. He won mad money. 10K pop bonus, $20 entry. Let's go. But the actual biggest upset of the tournament was, it happened in pools. And again, it was all 3 out of 5, right? So there was not like, oh, he lost in a 2 out of 3. It was all 3 out of 5s. And the biggest upset is D3 Will, the the King Dedede player from, I think, MDVA, who has got a couple of upsets before. I know he beat Leon at one of the glitches. Beat Mudace 3-2. It was a Dedede weekend, and again, I'll go into one of them more in Combo Breaker because there was a Dedede that got 9th at Combo Breaker, which was insane. Their name was Kilogram Hours. I'm happy for my boy Beast Mode Paul as a CFL player. Beast Mode Paul got top 8, got top 6 actually, beating Icy Mist. Just played really, really well in general. Gateway Legends, again, seemed like an incredibly fun tournament. I would have loved to have gone if it wasn't the weekend of my favorite tournament of the year. But yeah, a lot of good people went. I know a lot of people didn't go to Combo Breaker from the Midwest because they wanted to go here instead and maybe win more money. I'm pretty sure Doorstop and Ned were 2 of those players. Sucks they had to play. Did either? No, I don't think they made top 8. Ice Knight also went, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, it looked like a really good tournament. I mean, I'm glad Louis Money finally won something that was like super hype. Because Louis Money's been like a super elite player for a long time and either got like unlucky or just like rough matchup or just like barely would lose. I mean, he's the master of Game 5, right? And it was so difficult for him to like truly ascend into the next level. And I mean, beating players like Lima, who's been on ascension, Base Mage, who is always like, in my opinion, consistently top 30 or 40, and then beating AK is really, really impressive. Shoutouts to him. A big Louis Money fan. He also won doubles, I'm pretty sure, so he's swept this weekend, which is kind of hype. And again, if I miss stories, again, I'm going over 3 tournaments, so I apologize. Next, we're going to be going over Keep It Chill. All I know about this tournament is that Lemon won and Loaf got second. Loaf, of course, the Minnesotan Wario. Lemon, the BC Joker player. So Joker back on top for the first time in a long time. Other notables were Capsize. Capsize played ridiculously well. As far as I'm aware, beat Chase 3-2, Machu 3-1. I don't remember who Machu plays because I'm confusing him with Ludo, but Ludo definitely is a Mario player that beat me. So again, this was a Pacific Northwest event with just Loaf being invited out, I'm pretty sure, because most of these names are just Washington / BC, which is nice. Machu, oh yeah, the Rob player, thank you. We had JDV, the player with an amazing run at Battle of BC, ended up getting 4th, losing to Loaf in losers semis, and Lemon, the winner of the tournament, so lost to 1st and 2nd. Mystery Souls back more in Incineroar on the map. Despa, the Pokemon trainer, kind of nice at this game, got 13th, and again, just kind of looked like a PNW event, but again, it's kind of just proof that so many regions are having big tournaments. I know there was also like a convention in Toronto that probably had a Smash tournament that I don't know of, but speaking of conventions with Smash tournaments, MomoCon bracket was kind of crazy. First off, we had Chunky Kong, the South Florida Donkey Kong, the best Donkey Kong in the world in my opinion, better than Hikaru, ended up getting top 8, beating Cosmos. Rip, my teammate, getting 9th, but Chunky Kong ended up losing to Wrath in top 8. Cosmos, I think, meant mostly Joker this bracket, as far as I'm aware, as far as Twitter seemed like. Of course, the top 8 ended up being quite fire, as far as I'm aware. I know people were not a fan of Winners Finals because it was DD versus Sonics, because Sonics reverse 3-0'd Light and beat him for the first time ever, question mark. But then Light ended up not caring because it's Light, and he's really good, and Fox is good against Sonic, and ended up just winning back-to-back MomoCons now. Light, of course, doesn't go to a ton of events, but it is great to see him do incredibly well. 3-0ing DD, 3-0ing Aaron, 3-0ing Wrath. We had Aaron, CFL baby, get top 8 winners. Ended up losing to, what was it? DD. DD's incredible. What a good player. And then ended up beating Anathema 3-1 and then losing to Light, the Moist Boys having to take each other out. Cola DQ'd in losers because I guess he wasn't having fun, because you're allowed to not have fun sometimes. Sonic's 3-0'd him, it's not very fun. Anathema Wrath seems like a hot set, honestly. Shane beating Cosmos. I don't know who Shane is. Let's go Chunky Kong! And Murph, I think, is the Crom player, right? Shane plays Incineroar, so Cosmos lost to Incineroar and Donkey Kong. Again, that's kind of like what I'm saying with Aegis being low. Well, again, he went Joker, I think, but like, I feel like he could have even lost those as Aegis, because Aegis is terrifying. I mean, no, this was Aegis. So Donkey Kong the GOAT is so good. And again, these are a lot of South players, right? We have Vendettas, Ryu, we have Jazzo getting 9th, we have Cola, who was there but DQ'd, we have Shane the Incineroar, we have Axel the Isabel, we have Regalo the Lucas. Like, we know all of these players, right? Scat, the Mega Man, back in form. This Mega Man and Snake and Inkling, as far as I'm aware. Fatality was here, did pretty well. I mean, losing to Wrath Game 5 Wrath is amazing, right? Like, that's probably the scariest thing about this tournament is Wrath is back. Because if you don't know, Wrath just doesn't really lose to people he's worse than, ever. I think it's an alarmingly high statistic where like he is one of the least upset prone players in the entire world for pre-quarantine, and I'm sure that still is staying true because I think Anathema was higher seeded than him, so he lost to the higher seed, and then he ended up losing to Light, the eventual winner of the tournament, who was clearly a higher seed than him. Wrath is so scary. God, like, what a scary player. So again, I just wanted to highlight all of these tournaments because people pretend that Smash is not in a good place. I mean, again, could it have been in a better place? Sure. I'm obviously not going to argue that. I'm not going to say that losing all the stuff that I mentioned earlier is a good thing, right? But I really think that if you focus on the grassroots of this tournament, if you focus on like the grassroots of this scene and you talk about the just how much passion there is still in the scene, that is absolutely true, and it will always be there no matter what. It is hurtful, especially as someone that is on the top as both content and player. It sucks to be like, man, there would have been so many more opportunities for people had these other things existed, but that doesn't mean that opportunities don't exist, right? So again, support your favorites on stream, on their YouTubes. You know, go to tournaments if they're near you, whether it's a local, whether it's a major. Go to your local majors are so fun. It's actually insane how many tournaments and how many places host tournaments. Like, there are some all over the place. Like, I'm going to a tournament in Alabama in December. Just go to places, right? But yeah, I mean, that's my video. Just, I hope you enjoyed all of these tournaments. Again, I will be going over Combo Breaker in particular because I went and it was great. But yeah, Smash isn't dying. Support the scene if you want. The scene's cool.